There's only two kinds of clothes in the bush. You're out here with a pack. You don't want to carry a lot of clothes, especially because this is rainy season. It's going to rain every day. Last night we got lucky. In Brazil, it's never not raining. It's just not raining yet. Okay, it's an eventuality. It's going to happen. So if you're wearing a set of BDUs and you have another set of BDUs in your pack, all it means if you're going to carry extra clothing, if you're going to get one set dirty and wet, you're going to pack it away, put it on the next set, which is going to get dirty and wet immediately. So you really only wear one set of BDUs, and they get stanky and they get rank and they get very filthy during the day, but they're going to be that way a half hour into your walk. You're going to look that way no matter what kind of clothes you wear, so you might as well wear yesterday's dirty clothes and just stink. That's the basic standard operating procedure here. Now at night, you don't want to have to sleep in those kind of clothes. It can be done, obviously, but at night what you want to do is change into your nice fluffy dry clothes. On this trip I have a pair of sweatpants, a long sleeve t-shirt, and a fleece. And you wouldn't think in summertime in Brazil that you would need a fleece, but I debated on whether or not to carry this. Last night at about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning, I woke up really cold, and I had this thing with me, so I put it on. You only put on your dry clothes when you're underneath your shelter. Once you get your shelter set up, and at the last possible moment you're about to get into bed, you change into your dry fluffy clothes. The very first thing you do with these when you get up in the morning is you put them away in a dry bag. And I'll find my dry bag here. Here we go. I use the Alice dry bags, the small dry bag. They work great for keeping your dry fluffy clothes dry and fluffy. And it is really a wonderful thing at the end of the day when you've been sweating all day long and you're dirty and you're filthy and you're wearing these clothes which are soaked, literally soaked through with sweat, to be able to change into some nice dry clothes and know that you have that at the end of the day. It makes all the difference in the world. Taking care of your clothes, one of the main problems you have with clothes here in the Mata Atlântica is that they get ripped, and you're running through thorns and thickets in the taquara, and the taquara, when it gets cut off, looks like that, and you'll tear your clothes to shreds. Well, I brought a pair of BDUs with me that were well used. They're veteran BDUs, and they were kind of thin. The first day they ripped across here, so I had a big hole in my knee. I thought, oh, it's no big deal, I'll just let it go for a little while. And then I got attacked by ants, and I got a leg full of ants through that hole, so I sewed that up, and the material kept opening up. So what I did was I took off the back pocket of one of my back pockets. I just cut that off and opened it up, and now I'm sewing on a patch on the inside. I've got that pocket, and I'm sewing that on the inside to just cover over that whole weak area so my pants won't keep falling apart. And every time I've come out in the bush, I've needed a needle and thread. It's just, you rip your clothes up, something gets ripped, something gets broken. My watch has been fixed with the same needle and thread. Every time I come out, I use a needle and thread. So men don't sew, they make gear. Remember that. I was doing this earlier in my hammock, and I screwed up. I sewed part of my pocket shut, so I'm gonna have to redo part of that. So yesterday, what was a very damaged piece of my pants, you can see that's going to tear apart eventually, is now covered with what was the pocket of the pants, and that should hold up fine. These pants only have to last me until Saturday afternoon, and then we're going home. So, and these are going to get turned into micarta knife handles.